Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Robert Kelly, aka the Dude, aka the King of Zoom. Thanks for checking out the Calta and Kelly YouTube page. We hope you like what we're putting up there. Make sure you go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly and sign up over there, because every week we put a show, an extra show. Friday show, only Patreon. And we also have the JO party on Saturday night, only Patreon. That means you, all the fans, get to come into a Zoom and hang out with us and all the other ladybugs. And it's a blast. So we also let you watch all the shows live. YKWD live, all the Calta and Kelly's live, unedited, all go on the Patreon. And you also get the 10-minute extra YKWD every week goes on there, along with Live from the Shed, one-on-ones, Tech Talk with Bobby and Friends. There's so much content up there. And you know what? It's all for what? A price of a cup of coffee. $5 gets you in the door. And you're going to love it. So make sure you go over there, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. And here's another little thing I want you to do. If you like this content we're putting up, subscribe and like. That's it. Just hit the little button, subscribe, so you know when we got a new show out, and then like it so we know you like what we're doing. Okay? That's it. Patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Subscribe and like. Now, enjoy the show.
This is the comedy event you've been waiting for.
Put it down, you fat bastard!
Comedian Robert Kelly will be performing live in front of an audience and streaming it right to your living room.
You're old as shit because your hair's feathered.
January 30th, 2021. Robert Kelly from Comedy Central, Netflix, and HBO will be doing his hilarious, crude, but vulnerable stand-up live from the Wall Street Theater and streaming it around the world right to you. Robert Kelly live stream pay-per-view from the Wall Street Theater, January 30th, 2021. Go online for tickets.
Right down from your belly. So get in here, you half a queer. It's time for Calta and Kelly.
That's for you.
Whoa. Are you from the future?
I'll be back.
Look at
What's
your
up?
mirrored glasses.
Yeah. Fucking.
What's wrong with you? I don't like upset, unhappy Bobby. I don't have my computer. I don't look as beautiful as I normally do. I could see the window in the shed, Bobby.
I didn't hear you.
I was just saying nice things.
Well, because I'll be honest with you, it's hard for me to do the podcast because the StreamYard app stutters with Safari. There's a problem. It literally comes up on Safari. It says there's a stuttering problem in Safari, but it won't let me use Firefox or Chrome on my phone. So that's where this fucking issue lies. It's with Apple and StreamYard. So whatever you just said, I didn't hear a fucking word. So
It was all good. I was saying how nice it is to have you back.
well, it's nice to be back.
You know who I had on my show the other day? John Ashton. You know who that is?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear you. You just talk, and I'm gonna pretend I'm listening.
I had John Ashton on my show. He's probably best known as Taggart from Beverly Hills Cop, the fatter of the two cops. And I mostly had him on the show because he's in one of the greatest movies ever, which is what, Bobby Kelly?
Oh, We've Got Mail.
I don't even know if We've Got Mail is a movie. You've Got Mail is a movie starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, a successful string of actors who've done movies together. No, John Ashton starred opposite of Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin in a movie called
Midnight Run.
one of the best movies you may never have seen in your life. But I can watch it every day, twice a day, and still love every second of that movie.
It's the only movie that Robert De Niro was truly funny in.
Oh, that's true. He was never funny in another movie.
Meet the Parents a little bit.
I don't know if he was funny, but he set up good funny lines.
Yes.
When he did when he goes, "I have nipples, Greg, can you milk me?" He delivered that pretty well.
Yeah, he had a couple funny lines in that, but Midnight Run, De Niro's funniest part by far.
Who in a million years would have thought the comedy duo of De Niro and Charles Grodin, who shortly after the Beethoven series left movies to go be a political talk show host and swore he'd never go back to movies again, but of course did. And then Robert De Niro went off the goddamn rails and wanted to fight the president every day and turn into a grumpy old man.
That's true. He is.
Who's really not a tough guy. So you could talk a lot of tough shit, but he's not really tough guy.
I have a theory on why actors become political.
Please tell me.
I think it's that there's two theories. One, their careers are finished and they somehow they get the same accolades or the same attention they got when they acted, as far as being hot and sexy and, you know, on fire in their careers, when they start doing politics, and they get that from the political crowd. Or two, at a certain point, they have enough money, they've done enough stuff, they're a little bored, they know that it's downhill from here, and they feel guilty. They feel guilty about, I never did anything, I never made a difference. And this is a real difference. I never spoke my mind because I was worried about what people would think of me. And now I'm going to finally speak my mind. And let's be honest, saying bad things about Trump is not the riskiest move.
Not now, but in the beginning when he was having a lot of success and people were like, oh, maybe this is a pretty good thing. De Niro was like, he's fucking punch him if I see him. He's a dumb fuck. But that's also because if you're in New York, you grow up with Trump, you kind of know him, and he's always been kind of a douchebag. And I don't get crazy. I voted for him. I'm just saying, you know that he is an egomaniac. But that's also why you love him. So if you're De Niro and you're like, I'm fucking more popular than he is, that's when you become kind of a douchebag.
Can I hear your De Niro impression again? It's fascinating.
I'm fucking more popular than he is. That's my disappointed inner voice, De Niro. That's not my, you're talking to me? That's my, I'm fucking more popular.
It's fascinating.
I'm not good at impressions. All my impressions sound like a country bear from the Country Bear Jamboree in Disney World. Like whenever you ask me to do like a judge, I go, look at here, Your Honor. I'm like, yeah, all I have is old Southern judge.
Looky here.
Yeah, listen here.
That could be your racist guy too.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what color that guy is.
I voted for Trump. What done did.
He's going to make some changes for my people. I don't know who your people are. Jesus. It's just the voice I made up.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah. So I don't know.
What were you bringing him up for, though?
Who? Because I had John Ashton on my show. I was just telling you. I wanted to see if you were familiar with the great Midnight Run, which I'm sure Mush has not seen, and he should.
I've seen it. Seen it back in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't like the way you're saying that. I don't feel you're writing it off. You're writing it off like Chevy Chase and Funny Farm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It's a great movie. I said that like that because I should have seen it more recently.
Thank you. I like that. You should revisit it again, and you should quote lines from it often, the same way you would Fletch or any other great movie.
Yes.
Can I say something?
This is a show that has your name on it. You don't need permission.
Thank you. I know that Midnight Run is a great movie. I know Midnight Run is funny, but I think it's kind of cool to say that I think it's kind of, if you say Midnight Run is the best movie of all time, funniest movie of all time, it's kind of the cool thing to say. It's like fucking Goodfellas or Sopranos was the best TV show ever. You know, it's kind of that macho alpha male guy thing to say. It's like an alpha male comedy.
Agree with you. What? I agree with you, but there's a couple of things. Like people would often say that Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1 because that was a cool thing to say for a while. Yeah. But I firmly believe that. But I believe that because of Robert De Niro's presence, because of the history of old New York and how Vito came into power, I find that to be more exciting than modern day. You know, I got enough of that in the first one. So that's why I like the second one better. That and a Midnight Run, a lot of people will say they like it now, but I was working in the movie theater when the movie came out. I saw that movie 100 times by force, and now I know all the lines to it, and I know the feelings, and I feel like I was in the movie on the set. I can honestly say it's one of my favorite movies ever.
I mean, okay, I'm glad you're being honest, because everybody, so many people, dude, the funniest movie of all, and it's like, I don't know if it's the funniest movie of all time.
No, it's not the funniest movie of all time. It's a great movie, and it's one of my favorites, but it's certainly not the funniest of all time.
It's a great movie, funny movie, but not, oh my God, wow. You're not laughing hysterically during that movie.
No. And there was another thing you made me think of that I was going to say. Oh, Sopranos. Not the greatest TV show of all time. A very good show, a show that drew you in and made you want to follow it. But in my opinion, greatest TV show of all time is Mad Men.
I'll tell you something about Mad Men and why I never watched it. Do you want to hear the story?
Sure.
I'm not going to name the comic. I will name one of them, but I won't name the comic. Whatever.
Brian Scalero, because he's in it.
Nope, I will not name the comic, but there was a comic that I didn't have problems with, but he kind of bugged me. He just bugged me a little bit, and we were kind of on each other. We had an altercation at one point. And so, Colin Quinn knows this and constantly rubs that. And one night he said to me, "Oh, dude, I'm so excited. My Mad Men episode airs tonight." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, I did a little part. It's not that big, but it's probably the best acting I've done, and I'm very proud of it." I go, "Dude, I am fucking in. I want to see it. I love it. I'll support you. I'm gonna go home and watch it tonight." He goes, "Oh man, that'd be great. I mean, you don't have to do it, but that means a lot if you do that." I'm like, "Yes." So I go home and I get on, I find Mad Men, and I start watching. And I'm watching. And I'm watching. And I'm watching. And in the 5th episode, this comic shows up. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I call Colin and I go, "Listen, buddy, I'm out. I tried to find your episode. I don't know what one it is, but what's his name showed up." He starts laughing hysterically. And I go, "You motherfucker." I go, "You're not in it, are you?" He goes, No. I go, "You just wanted me to fucking watch it." He goes, "Yes." I couldn't even hear him. He was laughing so hard. I hung up the 5 episodes in. 5 hours of my life. And I was like, fuck this show. I'll never watch it.
I think that show is one of the best shows. It sucks you in from the very beginning. You're talking about a show that's about a guy who's on Madison Avenue advertising, and then all of a sudden you're like, "What the fuck is this show about?" Like, it just totally does a complete 180, and you're like, "Who is he? Who is he? Not really." And then you're like, "What is fucking happening here?" And you're totally engulfed in the show and the twists and turns. And I will say, the best ending to a series in the history of television.
Better than MASH?
Way better than MASH. Nothing gave a series more closure than Mad Men.
I'll watch it then. I never saw an episode of Breaking Bad, by the way, either.
Bobby, I was dedicated to Mad Men to the point I came in late and I was watching episodes, and I was doing afternoons at the time. So I would sit up in bed at night on my phone, not even my iPad, and I would watch an episode. It'd be 1:00 in the morning, and I'd go, "Let me just watch one more." And I'd watch 4 more episodes because I couldn't go to sleep. Next thing you know, the sun's coming up, and I'm just shutting my eyes for the first time. Then it got to the point where I was so into it that I was driving to work and I was holding the phone while I was driving because I had to get them all in as soon as I could. And then I finally caught up to when it was live, and I would watch them on TV. And I dedicated so many hours and waiting and watching the show that when the last episode came on, I looked at the clock. I looked at the show. I looked at the clock. I looked at the show, and I went, there is literally 2 fucking minutes left in the show and nothing is resolved. How the fuck are they going to pull this off? This is going to be as disappointing as The Sopranos. And then in 1 minute, one thing happened and changed everything. And you were like, holy shit, brilliant. And that was it. It was over, and you felt good, and you felt like all the time you invested in that show came to a solid ending, and it was great.
Oh, now I got to watch it. Where is it on? Is it on Netflix? Where is it?
I don't know. I bought them all on iTunes because that's how I was watching it at the time. This is before Netflix really had a lot of TV shows and all that. So I'm sure it's somewhere. But I will tell you, start from the beginning. Take your time, work your way through. There's drugs, there's rape, there's fighting. Guy gets his fucking ear bit off. I mean, there's like everything you could have imagined. And I don't know why you never watched Breaking Bad. That's one of the most intense stories to follow ever. That show is fantastic. I would say in that order: Mad Men, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, my top 3 television shows of all time.
I didn't hear a word you said. The
Okay.
thing is stuttering again.
Okay.
I'm wondering if Mush, are you opening browsers in the background? Because it seems when a browser's open or I do something in the background on this feed that it stutters my computer. Is that happening?
I mean, I'm opening a browser in the background, but it's not connected to my camera.
I know, but let's not open any browsers. Let's just keep everything till I get my computer back. Because it seems to, when the feed gets a little, it's not you, it's my Safari.
I understand. I'll do all the searching on my phone, but it is available on Amazon Prime.
There you go.
Okay, great. I'll definitely check it out. This has been a nightmare for me to have my computer do this. And I apologize to.
It's sad. It's because you used to have the king of Zoom, and now you're like,
yeah. I mean, that's
what
why I'm
happened
wearing
to
the
you?
sunglasses. I'm in mourning.
Yeah, you used to be the handsome movie star, and now we see you, and you're like, oh man, look how fat he got. Not really you. I'm just saying, like, and I'm not you.
Would
I'm
you
just saying,
use another fucking
oh, yeah,
example?
he lost all his hair. Look at him.
I use another one.
Forget it.
I can't read that, by the way,
It says,
because I don't
Mush,
have my glasses.
are you using Ethernet or Wi-Fi, Mush?
Yeah, what are you using today, Mush?
I'm using the Ethernet.
Well, all right, there you go.
Yeah, I heard Breaking Bad, and you said I should watch Breaking Bad too.
I was not disappointed with anything about Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, other than the anxiety that show gives you, it's great.
Well, that's what he's giving me in his new show, Your Honor. It's too much. It's too much.
Too much also, and at the same time, I'm at 5 episodes in. I haven't watched the newest episode, but I'm already like, fuck it, just kill the kid already. The kid's a douchebag. He's bringing it on himself.
It's like the people that make that shit don't watch it and go, what are we doing? People have enough problems. People are too fucked up right now anyways. Now we gave them a show where every episode they want a kid to die. For no reason.
Also, the first episode where the kid actually dies is one of the grossest things you'll ever see.
It's disgusting.
It's fucking disgusting.
It's fucking disgusting. And I can't buy that guy as a mob boss because I see him in Men in Black 3.
That's the thing. He's the guy from Men in Black.
I can't get him out.
He's a good actor, but he's the Men in Black guy. Plus, who's buying a New Orleans mobster?
Yeah, it's like, dude, I get it, but you have to get somebody else. You got to get somebody taller. He's a little tiny guy.
I believe the wife. The wife's tough.
The wife, yes. The son, and here's the thing. It opens up, spoiler alert, it opens up where he buys his son this fucking dumb motorcycle, and he gets killed on a motorcycle. Hey, yeah, fuckface.
You bought it for him.
Yeah, you bought him a motorcycle. He drove it, and he got fucking schmealed. That's what happens to people on motorcycles. When you get on a motorcycle, you're going to fall. You're going to get hit. Something's going to happen. It just depends on how bad it is. I mean, look, if this young kid went and fucking accidentally shot him or fucking went through a red light and ran your kid over in a crosswalk, I mean, whatever.
You asked for it. It's 90% of the decisions you make for your kids that disappoint your kids are because you're looking out for their best interest. You have to at some point say no to the kid, or else he's going to get hurt and you're going to feel guilty for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you got him a motorcycle and the fucking kid got schmealed by somebody in the car. I mean, that's the end of it.
And then that dumb fuck. How do you not? That kid, I'm rooting against him. That's why I can't watch the show anymore. I'm rooting against the kid.
Yes, and I'm also mad at Cranston.
Yeah.
It's
Get
like
your shit together.
You're a fucking judge, pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're a judge. You're supposed to be a good judge, by the way, for the people. And this kid's laid the fuck out dead. because your son's a moron and left the crime scene.
Yeah, and now other kids are dead as a result of it.
Well, I didn't even see. Well, now you're really spoiling everything. I didn't see it past episode 2.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything else. And somebody brought up The Boys. The Boys came out in season 1 on Amazon, and you were like, "Holy shit, this is great! This is just like the comic. This is awesome." And season 2 fucking sucked.
Really?
Oh, I thought season 2 was so dumb. I stopped watching it halfway through.
Oh, I did not think season 2 fucking sucked. I thought season 2 was great because it was dealing with all the bullshit we're going through, the feminism, the fucking political correctness. And when it came down to it, fuck you. I got laser eyes. I'll burn your head off.
Right.
I love that.
Did you get to the part where the racist character reveals he's racist?
I don't think I did.
In
So
what?
In The Boys, season 2.
Well, refresh me on that.
I forget her name, but the new character who turns out to be a German Nazi.
Yes.
So
yes,
like they're showing that she's racist, but it's like she doesn't refer to anybody with racist names.
Yeah.
It's like she's like, "You black bastard." It's like she doesn't actually say anything horrible. She's just, I mean,
Yeah.
it's so bad, but it's like she's a racist like Nazi. Like she's like, I wouldn't say that though. I mean, I have some decorum. So
the only person that can make a really honest stuff is Tarantino.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was grandfathered in on the racist license.
Yeah, you get grandfathered in on racism.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. I remember my grandfather called the neighbors coloreds.
Oh, my great grandfather used to call the Chinese food people. They'd be delivering Chinese food to the house, and he'd go to the door and he'd answer the door, and they'd be there. And he was nice. He was like, "How you doing? Okay, how much is it? $30." And he goes, "Sadie, the Chinks are here. $30. The Chinks." And we were all like, "Oh, we're having Chink food for dinner." I mean, it wasn't when I moved to Florida that like, people were like, "You can't say that." And I go, "I didn't know. Everybody says it."
And if they say that in Florida, that means you really can't say it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I have to tell you,
I'm not saying that I wanted to hear that word and like any of those words, but like, okay, just bleep it. That way we know the character is horrible. But like when you make it like you dance around it, like that really kind of took me out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were saying it on here. The ending of season 2 is great. So if you can get to the ending, Mike, it does.
Okay.
Because I was kind of with you in the middle. I thought it was a little like drug a little bit, but then at the end, it's like, oh, okay, here we go again.
Yeah,
right, I'll watch in.
I thought The Boys finished out good.
The first season was great. I couldn't wait for the second season, and then I was just like, anyway.
I'll tell you, Karate Kid. I mean, Cobra Kai was fucking great.
I haven't watched too many girl fights.
Dude, it's fucking good, man. It's great. I love it. It's fucking great. They do the backstory of
Mr. Miyagi?
Of Kreese.
Oh, Kreese.
Yeah, they do. Dude, they do the whole backstory of how he gets the name Cobra Kai, how he became fucked up, where he started. I mean, it was such good backstory on Kreese. And it made you understand the whole fucking show.
Okay. All right. See, that's good to know.
And they actually, dude, it goes, they have one scene where fucking Daniel-san goes back to Japan.
Yeah, he goes to Okinawa.
But what happens in Okinawa? Did you see that?
No, but I heard he goes back there. I heard it was good.
Dude, what happens in Okinawa is fucking epic. And then they steal a little bit. They steal a little from Kill Bill.
Oh, really?
A little bit, and then the ending of the yeah, man, I think they did a great job with it. Fucking great job. And guess what? Somebody makes a surprise appearance in the fucking show too.
Not Sato.
No, well, not Sato. Almost.
His nephew.
There's two. There's two surprises. There's three.
All right.
From the original movie, from one, and I believe two.
All right, I will. I gotta watch that too. I know my brother loves that shit. I haven't gotten to it.
It's. I finished it the other night. I went to my cigar bar, I think at like 10 o'clock the other night, and I just went to have a smoke, and my friend Paul G was there, and he's one of I have men friends, I have man friends. Like you're my number one friend, right?
Right.
And then I have Colin, and then Voss and blah blah blah. But then I have real men friends. Like
So I'm not in the real man friend category.
No.
Interesting.
You're not a real man.
And what are the parameters?
The parameters are fucking. You can't be in show business at all. You have to do a real job. You have to be a man.
A civilian friend.
A man, a real man.
I'm a fucking real man.
No, you're not. You don't do anything around the house. You
don't
that's
have no real man does.
You don't have your own tools. No, real men. A real man.
I have my own tools. I'm in a position where I don't have to use them to work.
You don't have tools.
I do have tools.
Really? Oh God! Please don't pill out. What is that?
It's a fucking hammer. You don't even know what a hammer is?
Yeah, but that hammer has never built anything.
No, but it hung these pictures.
Who hung the pictures?
I hung the pictures.
Yeah, that's not a man's job. You know who hangs the pictures in my house?
Your wife?
Yeah.
Calta shoots guns and stocks for the apocalypse. It's true, I do.
Yeah, but that's still not a real.
I put a $500 order in a Costco yesterday of just dry goods.
Look, I'm not. I don't want to insult you. You're a man. You're a showbiz man.
Well, it wasn't always, Bobby. And I've got man skills somewhere down in there.
They're in you. I don't.
I'm fancy right now.
You what?
I'm fancy man right now. But I used to be tough. I used to be straight. I used to work with my hands. Now my hands are smooth like a baby's ass. But they used to have calluses. Sometimes they had 2 rows.
I don't deny that. Years ago,
I used to hump pallets of cocoa beans and coffee beans in Bayonne, New Jersey.
Right.
But now I figured out a smarter way.
No, I don't. I'm not denying you any of that. I'm just saying that you're not a real man friend. If I said if I had to do something, if I needed someone to protect Dawn, and my kid, if I needed to build something around the house or lift something, or I would not call you to do it. Number one, you'd probably be like, yeah, I can do it. I can do it Sunday. And then Saturday night, like, dude, I forgot. I got a brunch dinner date. Sorry, I can't do it, but I'm sending over fucking Spanish to do it. He'll help you. Yeah.
I get you done.
Right. I'm not saying, but you're not a real man. I have a real man. Paul G.
Yeah.
I mean,
like if you got a pallet full of sod in your driveway and you need somebody to help you toss the sod, Paul G would be a guy that would show up and help you. I would not.
Well, Joe G would. Joe G, Big Shoulders Joe, would come over. Like I called him when I was building the pirate ship. I want to build a pirate ship. Let's do it. He's the one who said, dude, you can put a fence up. How? It takes 2 minutes. And then I went and bought, and he helped me put the fence up one day.
He's a man. I mean? He's a man.
He's a real man. Joe G, real man. Big Shoulders Joe, he's a man. Yeah. Like I wouldn't leave.
They used to call me that.
What?
I had a nickname, Medium Cock Mike.
But anyways, what was my point? I went over there. I went to my cigar bar full of real men, by the way. It's all men. It's all men. There's no sissy talk going around. No sissy talk.
Sounds like there's a big circle jerk going on, but go ahead.
There's no sissy talk. You can't bring up silly shit. You got to talk real men shit. And he's in there playing dominoes with another real man. And then he was like, hey, you want to go watch a movie? I was like, yeah. So in my cigar room, my cigar lounge, they have a movie room, a theater room. So we went in there, put on Cobra Kai. And usually what happens is he'll fall asleep and I'll fucking smoke a cigar. And I watched almost every episode of Cobra Kai. It was, I think, 2:30 in the morning when we left.
It's very much like our relationship. I fall asleep and then you do what you got to do.
It's pretty, all my friends do that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
you don't have real men?
No. I got a bunch of rich friends.
You don't have one real man friend?
Ben asked me if I wanted to go fishing in New Orleans this weekend. Take a private jet over there. No, Paul's a surgeon.
Yeah, not a real man.
Mm-mm. My brother, no.
Your brother's a man, but not a real man.
No. I mean, I have Adam is the closest thing, but Adam's more like an employee than a friend.
You mean Adam who drives the skivvy?
Yeah, Adam could build shit and kill. Adam was a Marine.
I would say Adam is a real man. Adam's definitely a real man. Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Real man. So that would be your real man friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hang out with him a lot. No, all my other friends are highfalutin. Sheriffs, lawyers.
Yeah, not real men.
No. I guess, according to you.
No, that's a fact.
You just want to hang out with construction workers, is what you're saying.
No, I mean, I know plumbers, cops, firemen.
I cannot fix the washing machine, but I will have it fixed before you get home. I can tell you that. Melissa was asking. I will have it fixed before you get home, and I probably made dinner while that was happening.
Yeah, that's not a man. That's the exact opposite of a man. That's what my wife would do.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about this?
Yeah.
If there's a problem in the neighborhood, like so there's a hooligan running through the neighborhood, who do you think they're going to call?
The hooligan or the wife?
Like if there's a hooligan in the neighborhood running through people's yards,
I know who they're going to call.
Problems. Who do you think they're going to call? They're going to call me.
They're going to call your cul-de-sac police.
Right, but if they're like for immediate response, they're going to send up the Mike Calta signal, the fat flare, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to handle the problem before the police even get there. You know that's true.
I have no doubt in my mind that you can handle the situation for 30 seconds.
Terry Lyle says he lives close and he's been to my house. I don't recall Mr. Lyle ever being here.
That's scary.
Why would you have been to my house, Terry Lyle? Galvin, not really a real man either. Galvin often has to hire people to do stuff. He does cut his own lawn though, which is insane to me.
That's a real man thing.
Yeah, but nobody does that here because it's 900 degrees.
Yeah, but real men don't feel heat or cold.
Yes, they're called there are men, they're Mexican men that cut the lawn here. Terry brought me rocks for Ralphie. You're right, Terry. You did. Thank you. Terry's a real man. He had fucking rocks. I needed rocks. He brought me rocks.
He brought you rocks to your house?
Big rocks. Yes.
And you met him?
Yeah. I didn't know that was him. But I didn't put two and two together. That's a real man.
So I got a message from one of the Calta fans.
Mm-hmm.
Who quit Patreon because of me.
Well, about time somebody quits because of you.
Well, I know.
What did you do?
It's so funny to me that people quit either because of you or because of me, and then they blame us.
What did you do?
Apparently, when we were talking about, I wish I saved his stupid message. I just deleted it. I thought it was funny, though. Apparently, when we were talking about the number 2 friend with the doctor.
Right.
That he said that it was so fucking boring. And even you thought it was boring. You tried to get out of it a bunch of times, but I just kept going on and on about it. And for 20 minutes. And he unsubscribed that day, but they kept taking his money out of his account and he couldn't get them to stop doing it. Probably because he's a fucking moron.
Right.
He has to go to his bank to get his bank, and we owe him money. Or I owe him money.
Wait, is he the guy that asked me for a refund?
It's yeah, probably, yeah.
I got one day, I don't really use Venmo a lot, and then one day I got a request for a refund on Venmo for Calta and Kelly, which I don't have anything to do with the finances of. And I was like, yeah, sorry, buddy. You can't ask for a refund for something that you didn't pay to that guy. That'd be like me wanting to return a shirt that I bought at Kmart to Walmart.
That's funny though, but it's almost like if you walk into a store and go, "This is shit. You're garbage. Fuck your place. and I want money back, even though I already used it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, go suck your dick.
Yeah.
But what you want to do is go, hey man, I'm sorry I did this, and is there any way you can pay me? And then I give you the money, and then you go fuck your mother, you boring cocksucking fat bald fuck.
Jeffrey said he quit because of Gabby. I miss Gabby.
Who quit?
Jeffrey Blake said he quit because of Gabby. I guess maybe he came back.
How is he here now?
He might have came back.
Yeah, he came back recently.
Hey, now I would like to get into this about Gabby. People hate Gabby so much.
I liked Gabby. I even like making fun of Gabby. Like, I don't know. Sometimes a show needs a person to shit on.
I mean, it's the opposite view of me. It's the woke view of me. She says shit and calls me on shit, and then I tell her to go fuck herself.
Right.
How she's wrong, and most of the time I'm right, and once in a while I'm wrong. But I think Gabby, Mush, can you read those out, because I can't. My glasses, I can't.
I got it. Lou says we owe her payback money because she has to deal with Fat JC.
you fucking how much money I owe everybody money.
Uh-huh.
What about me on the fucking jerk off party every week? He comes in and fucking fucks with me. I still have that stupid me as a baby. I can't get it out of my head.
Gabby is kind of the worst, Austin said. It's been a while since I did anything with Gabby, but sometimes I like a show where there's somebody on that you could argue with, or somebody you could just tell to shut the fuck up or make fun of, or, Carmen says shit on my show that you're like, what are you saying? But you need that weirdo.
Yeah. And Gabby doesn't really talk that much. And when she does, I tell her to shut her face. But listen, the fact is, Mike, how do you feel about Gabby? Mush.
I think she's part of the show now. It'd be hard to do the show without her at this point.
I mean, let's not carry it away. Let's not get nuts.
Well, for me, I mean, it's just like in terms of putting the show together. I don't mean like actually.
What?
Sorry,
I don't know what that was.
That was me. Sorry, I had my phone.
It's funny because when I had Kelly Festuca on, and
everybody hated her.
Everybody hated Kelly Festuca, and when Lewis became his character, everybody hated Lewis. Like, my fans fucking hated Luis Gomez. I would get, dude, I can't listen. Fuck him. I don't know why you put up with it. Blah, blah. I mean,
understandable.
But I was like, listen, man, I know what Lewis is doing. Lewis is coming in, doing this thing, and you hate him or you love him. Huh. And now everybody who hated him, you know how many emails I got about, I used to hate Lewis, now I love him and I love Skanks. It's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I how many times do I say it? I'm like, I fight with Lewis whenever he's on, but I think he's good for the show. I think he's good, and he's good at what he does on his show.
Yeah, and look, Kelly Festuca, Jesus Christ. I mean, Lewis would come on the show and go, why is she here?
Yeah. That poor girl, I don't know why she stayed, because that was just uncomfortable.
But I would stick up for her because, she was part of the show. Go fuck yourself. You're not going to like every aspect of the show.
Yeah. I don't know. I just love saying that name, Festuca.
Yeah, I think Festuca, she was, oh my God, she caught such a pounding on that show.
And then that other guy you had on the show, what's his name?
Chris Scopo.
The two of them, the show that I was on, they were shitting on each other the whole show the very first time I was ever on YKWd.
It was so bad. They hated each other.
I have to tell you, that was a very interesting time because it was me, you, Scopo, Festuca, Lewis, Joe List, Dan Soder, and Gary Veter. We're all on that show together. And I was like, there's too many people here. I'm not talking. I'm not saying anything. I don't want to talk over anybody. I didn't know who was a regular, who wasn't. Dan Soder was making me laugh. It was the first time I ever met him.
Yeah.
And then we took a break. There was like a halftime. And I was like, hey, I don't want to talk to anybody, but why don't you do this? And you go, you do it. This is what you do. I was like, okay, here we go. And when we came back, I was like, you're a fucking moron. You need to shut the fuck up. And if she's so bad, why are you so bad? I just was like pulling her. And I even attacked Joe List. Joe List was like, I didn't do anything. That was good. And then fucking Lewis, that gorilla. And then he started being quiet for once. It was interesting.
It was, yeah, my old YKWd in the studio. On Zoom it's one thing, but I love doing YKWd in the studio because when you get 2 or 3 or 4, sometimes I had 8 comics in at once. It was fucking pandemonium.
Yeah.
You had to have your shit together to be able to get a word in edgewise or to, talk or stand out on the show. And I used to get so much shit for it because, people loved when it was just one guy interviewing another guy and having interesting conversation, which I get. I don't want to down that. I understand that. But to me, what set my show apart, YKWd, was that you couldn't come in with bullshit. I had a fucking bandana that I'd throw at you if you said something that bombed.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And we all knew you sucked. And it was, so you had to be very careful with whatever you were going to say that you thought was funny, which I liked. But a lot of comics didn't like it. And I remember I'd go to LA and they were fucking, they would let me know, like, oh, your show, you have too many people.
Oh, you're stuttering. I can't hear you.
Your sound stopped. Sorry, Bobby.
Yeah.
I have a pitch for a show.
Let's do it. Let me hear it. Wait a minute. Let me be an agent. Okay. Hey guys. Great to see you, Mike. I heard a lot of great stuff. Do you need anything? You want a water or coffee or anything? Espresso, orange juice?
No, I'm good. I'd rather get right to the business of it. I have a pitch for a show.
Okay, great.
That I think has a niche audience at first, but I think it'll grow out into a wider
hang on
audience.
One sec. Hey, is anybody? Oh, here's my coffee. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, coffee?
I got.
Yeah. So, are you familiar with Paul Verzi?
I am familiar. Yes, the Verzi effect, I believe. Correct.
Yeah, very funny comedian. We were similar type upbringings. I would like somebody to come on the show each week and pitch us a crime, and we would tell you how we're going to do the crime in a realistic kind of way.
I love it.
Like, for instance, could we steal boats and resell them? That was a perfect episode. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
How we would rob a bank. Could we rob a fast food restaurant? Could we ever take down an armored car as it was unloading money into a store? Could we do a home invasion? Things along those lines. How we would perform that crime and kind of talk it out as if we were planning it.
Love it. Now, is there any way you can get Joe Rogan to do it?
Ooh, I don't know if Mr. Rogan's into crime these days.
Bill
He's
Burr?
a multimillionaire.
Like, Bill Burr or Amy Schumer or somebody like that?
Interesting. Paul opens for Bill. We could possibly have him as a guest on the show. Maybe he could pitch us a crime, but I think the show is basically based on the two of us.
Oh, so you're not going to have any stars?
Well, Paul is an up-and-coming star, and I think sometimes it has a more real factor when it's coming from real people as opposed to celebrities. Nobody would believe Bert Kreischer could rob anything because even if he wore a mask, he would laugh loud, and they would go, "Isn't that the machine guy?"
Yeah, and to be shirtless.
Yeah, he ran himself out. So, yeah, I think that what you find that we lack in star power, we make up in content and realism.
Well, I love it. Let's try it out. I mean,
Great.
Honestly, though, Mike, we should do that. We should do that as a segment on the show once a week.
Totally. Like one of us will pitch a crime to something we really think, like, if we didn't have families and lives, we would try to do this.
All right, well, let's start out right now. Pitch a crime.
I have something that I think that could be very lucrative. I would like to steal the SATs before they're given out and sell them to high school kids.
Do you mean the SATs to get into college?
Yeah. Like, they take the SATs on certain dates during the year, and I would like to get a copy of those sealed tests, release them for sale to high school students. Then they can study it, learn it, take it, and then they go take it live, and they walk away with $1,400-1,500.
So where are these SATs? Are they all the same, or is it different for everybody?
They're all the same, but they're different every year. So the SAT that they take in New York will be the same one they take in Florida. That ensures that they're all on the same level. And there's a place that houses them in Georgia, and then they are taken from Georgia to different states. And I think the idea is to not rob the whole thing, but to rob one and make copies of it and sell the copies.
So all we need is one copy of the SAT
Yes.
and make copies of it.
Yes.
Now,
The
can I ask
problem
you a
is-
question?
Yeah.
How come this hasn't been done?
Well, it may have been done, but to do it properly, the big thing, and this is tough among high school kids, is to keep your fucking mouth shut. Because the minute this gets out, they shut it down and they issue a new SAT. They cancel their SAT date and they issue a new one, so you're fucked. So you need to do it in a way that that the kids are going to keep their mouths shut about it.
Now, first off, where in Georgia? Is it out in the woods? Is it a warehouse downtown Atlanta?
It is in Alpharetta, Georgia, in a warehouse.
No. Are you really? Are you? I guarantee you have some plan to really do this with the fucking guy who's going to sell the boats.
Here's what I would do if I was going to do this:
Yes.
is that I would not sell them. I would not like tell my son, "Hey, pass the word around at school. We got SATs for sale." I would have to seek out rich parents and sell it to the parents, a lot like they did with the Full House lady and William H. Macy's wife, where they made them pay a lot to get their kids into college. I would have to go to the richer parents and say, I'm going to need 10 grand, but your kids for sure are going to get higher than a 1,400 on the SAT.
So here's the deal, though. You're going to have to do it at least 2 years ahead of the game. Or you're going to have to do it a year ahead of the game.
Well, I can't because they don't make the SAT until a certain time. But I will let them know that I could let them know early that this is happening, and a month before the SAT, I should have a copy in hand.
So you get the SAT. Now, how are you going to break into the facility?
You're going to break into one of the delivery trucks.
So you're going to break into delivery trucks. So it's already going to be on the way to the places.
Yes. And
so
then
we're
you're
going to have to stake out the fucking warehouse, follow one of the trucks, wait till he takes a little shit, piss, eat break, break into the back,
and
take one out.
Not let them know the truck has been broken into, because if you set an alert, then it's gonna cause mayhem. So you got to get into the truck without really breaking anything, steal a middle counted SAT so that nobody realizes that the count is off, and then seal everything back up without anybody knowing that it was robbed.
Can I suggest something?
Sure.
You make a mock SAT with the wrong blah blah blahs, whatever, an old SAT, right? And you slip it in, replace it with the new one.
Well, the flawless way to do it is to not steal the actual test, but to take pictures of it and then stick that one back in.
How many pages are in SAT?
A lot, but not enough where you can real quick.
How does it go?
That's my camera. It's loud.
On your iPhone?
Yeah. So then you take the pictures, and then you print them, and now you have really a photo quality SAT to
now, let me ask you a question. Why are you printing them? Can't you just email the photo to the parent?
You can, but sometimes the kids want to take take the test, like take a booklet, sit down and practice doing it.
But can I just suggest something?
Sure.
Doesn't the parent have a printer?
Yeah.
So why would we have to print them? If we're going to we take the photos on the phone.
We want to limit our online activity as much as possible. We don't want a connection.
Digital footprint?
We don't want a connection between us and multiple parents either. I would much rather hand you a hard copy, take my cash, and never talk to you again.
So it's got to be all in the state of that you live. You can't travel around.
Oh, not true. It's a nationwide test. So I would need you to broker buyers in New York. I would broker buyers in Florida, and we'd each have our own original copy.
So we'd have to get people to work with us to drop these off.
Yeah. But not too many. I mean, look, I could tell somebody if I'm doing it for $5,000 a pop, but I got to drive out to Kentucky to drop one off. That's going to go up a little bit. It's going to be a $12,000.
But why can't we just set up a phony email, a phony account?
Always comes back.
Well, not if we have
FBI.
Mm-hmm.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation is all over the internet.
FBI stands for.
Okay. Female body inspector.
So you want to actually go and hand these people a document like a spy in 1981?
Yes. It's the only way to ensure they have their product, we have our product, and
But
now
how
there's
much
no
money do you
longer a
want to
connection.
make?
Well, I mean, think about it. If I got 5 rich parents, that's $50,000 I made. And if I could do a couple in each of the surrounding cities and states, I can make $100,000 a pop. Do it once a year.
So you're only making $100,000 a pop?
Well, if I want to limit it to that.
Well, you got to kind of limit it. All right. So I'm just saying, why can't we find a digital way to do it?
Because eventually we're going to get set up. Somebody's going to get wind of it, and they're going to set us up, and they're going to try and blackmail us and do it that way.
But you don't think you're going to go drop this off like To Catch a Predator? You're going to walk in and they hang on one sec. I'm just upstairs doing laundry, and the fucking FBI is going to come out.
No. Why don't you take a seat? No, that's not going to happen.
What would you do in that situation?
I would run.
Where would you run?
Into the arms of the police officers waiting outside for me. There's no way in the world I'm going to sit down and chit chat about how I was just about to molest a young teenage girl.
Is that unfucking believable that they're so busted that they're like, hey, okay, and they sit down and they fucking talk about it.
Remember the guy that was like, I just saw you on Opie and Anthony.
Well, did he really?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you enjoyed me on Opie and Anthony. He's like, yeah, well, didn't you think about that before you called the girl? He's like, oh, I was just playing around with the girl. Everybody's got their own excuse. My favorite, I was just going to help her.
Help her do what?
Help her get on these nuts.
I think it's a good plan to rob those, but I think you're thinking too small. You're $100,000, which you have to split with me, by the way.
Greed will be the death.
Yeah, but what are we going to make? $50,000 a year each?
No, I mean, we could definitely do more. We could spread it around to different states, different coasts, and we could sell more. But I mean, if I did one in each metro, just the state of Florida alone, I would make enough money.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure, you're involved.
I say we do this. We get the copy. Me and you get the copy. We go to the warehouse. We follow the truck. We open it up. We get. We take our photos, and now we have something worth something, right?
Okay.
So we'll make our phone calls. I'll do up New York and Boston. You do down in Florida and wherever we can drop ours. But then we say to some other third party or somebody else. So we're like, look, we have this dot. You can make we know you can make $5,000 each off of these documents. We have 20 of them, or we have 50 of them. We'll sell them to you for $1,000 each. You'll make $4,000 a pop.
Okay, but then the problem is, and this is the problem you're always going to have, is I trust you and I trust Verzi. I don't trust that guy. He gets caught and they say to him, hey, Richie, here's the problem. Those guys aren't going to go to jail. You're going to be the one to go to jail. You're facing 25 years to life. You're never going to see your family again, never going to see your kids again, unless you tell us where you're getting them from and who's involved.
Fine. Here's the deal. We don't ever talk to them. They don't even know us. We get people anonymously.
That'd be better.
We get people anonymously through another third party. Like we have what?
Kevin just said the bar exam. That'd be good too. Harder to steal, but that'd be good too. We'd make some money on the bar exam. I'll get you the bar exam for no money down, but now you owe me 10% of every win you have for the rest of your career.
No, I don't want to be involved because then we got to audit them every year. We got to fucking deal with them every year. I'd rather be in and out with the cash. Fuck you, take it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking go to fucking Jeremy Horowitz. Hey, you owe us fucking money from,
Yeah, then they get to be good lawyers and they start being dicks to us. And they're like, come get your fucking money.
Exactly.
Call the prosecutor and fake diet food company. Make the food fattening, but tell them it's healthy. Yes, like Mean Girls. But we can't do that because everything has to pass through the FDA. Thank you, Fat JC, for your wonderful crime idea.
Yeah. That's not the Philippines.
All right. As the show winds down, Lou is asking, are we getting an announcement today? I think an announcement would be premature. But we could hint at it.
I mean, how would you hint at it?
I would say that after our meeting today, we are positive that our show will continue to strive and grow. And grow being the key word.
Right.
All things are possible.
Yes. All things are possible.
2 o'clock.
I
was
say
that?
all things are possible.
Yes. So, yeah, I guess that's true.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, this show flew by today.
The show flew by today. I am sorry that I am not the king of Zoom. I am in mourning. I am on my iPhone. Some of the show I did not hear, and I pretended to hear, but I think I did a good job.
I think you did too. I'm going to be on another podcast today.
Me too.
What are you going to be on?
I am going to be on
Legion of Skanks.
Mush.
I thought you were looking it up. I'm sorry.
Fucking mush. Mush, mush, mush.
So you're going to do Lewis's podcast today?
Why are you going to say it like that?
I don't know. I feel like I like that better now.
I like what?
I feel like you like it better.
I like who better?
Lewis.
First of all, I could have done a podcast with Lewis the last 10 years.
Why didn't you?
Okay. Why didn't I?
Yeah.
I didn't. I am doing a podcast with my number one best friend. That's it.
Mhm.
And I was.
Bushed.
So I'm going to be on. I was going to do this and then have it be revealed, but Mush pulled a Gabby and fucking revealed it. So yes, I'm doing them at 5. I think it's 5 to 6:30 today.
I will be joining Joe Bartnick and Fraser Smith on Puck Off, the hockey podcast on all things comedy, coming up at 3:15 today.
Wow, that's great.
Talking about the new NHL season and your Stanley Cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning.
Bartnick is a great guy, a big guy, and he's got great hair.
Yes.
Very funny guy.
You are a great guy, a big guy, and you have no hair.
I do not, but I do have bush fat hair that is slowly dying.
Falling out like tinsel on a tree.
There's no blood getting down to my bush fat, so the hair is just fucking dying.
That's funny.
All right, well, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow and Friday. Don't forget Friday, we have a big show. We have Aaron Berg and Gino Bisconte. Gino Bisconte has not been on a show that I've been a part of since he was on YKWd, I think around 7 years ago or 6 years ago. I refused to have him on. I muted him on the show. I would threaten his life. I almost got up and hit him with something, and I banned him from my life.
Interesting.
And he will be on this show Friday.
I've never met him before. Aaron I like, but I've never met the other guy and probably never will.
Well, he's on the show Friday.
Oh, see him Friday.
You will see him Friday in Aaron Berg. Aaron Berg I love. And look, I love Gino too. He's a great guy. But, I mean, just outright racist shit. And he has no problem saying anything. And he won't shut the fuck up half the time. So,
great. Sounds like awesome.
It sounds like a great show. Of course, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. All you guys are a member here. You're getting the show live and first and unedited. No editorial license has been taken on the show right now. And, of course, Friday shows always on Patreon. And Saturday's jerk-off party with all the ladybugs. We have such a great crew of listeners to this show. I really love our listeners. The ladybugs are just funny and loyal and fucking, just fucking good. We have a good crowd of people into the show.
And Melissa sends good booby pics.
I've never got a boob pic from anybody from the show, except, of course, from our friend Cammie that doesn't come anymore for some reason. What?
Fuck her.
Why?
Yuck.
You're just so mean.
Well deserved.
When you turn, you turn.
I don't really turn very often unless there's a good reason for it.
You turned on Ken.
On who? Ken turned on me. And I accepted it.
Back. Because now
Yeah.
he changed his name.
He changed his name.
Yeah,
No.
now instead of playing whatever he was, Ken, now he's got to be big stupid face Ken or something like that, and then he's allowed back on the show.
Makes sense.
And he did it. So
Cammy though is scum of the earth.
Jesus Christ.
When you were nothing but nice to somebody and nothing but their friend and never tried to fuck them or anything like that, and they turn around and dick you over behind your back, that's when you say fuck you. Hey, it's just my opinion. She could still be on your side of the show if she wants.
That's the great part about the shows is people that
And that cheap cunt hit lotto and never paid for one fucking show. She hit lotto. I didn't ask her for a fucking thing. I didn't want anything from her. And then she just totally stabbed me in the back.
is Lotto tonight.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, tonight. And the other one, Mega Millions, last night rolled over.
So no one won.
No one won, but I'm going to win them both, I think.
When is Mega Millions?
Saturday, Friday.
How much is that going to be?
700 million.
How much is tonight's?
I don't know, but not too far off. I think tonight's like in the 600 million range.
So we're still giving each other 2 million if you win, right?
No, if I win this, you're going to get more than 2 million.
How much?
5 million.
You're getting 5 million? All right, then you'll get 5 million from me. But can you do me a favor?
Anything.
I don't want the 5 million in cash. I want the 5 million in land and property.
Fine. I'll create an LLC, and that LLC will purchase land for you, and you'll be the sole proprietor of that LLC.
Yeah, I just want that land. I'll pay $1 for the land, and I'll own it.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
There it
Fat
is.
JC says if he wins, he'll buy you a MacBook Pro.
I need my computer back. I need to be King of Zoom again. This is killing me. I
Well-
just bought a heater for the room that goes on the wall, and I fucking bought the big one, and it doesn't fit on the wall.
Why can't you just do what everybody else does and just put insulation in your shed?
First of all, I did insulate the shed. All the walls in here are all insulated. The floor, the ceiling. I put all this in.
Why are you so cold?
Because, dude, it's fucking. I mean, it's it's outside. There's no heat. If you don't have heat in the house, it gets cold.
Well, I don't know. I live in a warm state, so
Yeah, I know. But if you had no AC in your house, would it get hot?
very, very quickly.
Yeah. So you have insulated house, right?
Yes.
So
Touche.
Thank you. I think
Yeah.
the word you're looking for is sorry.
Apologies.
Touche is the poor man's I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for whoa.
I gave you one of those.
Accepted.
Thank you.
Of course, go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly and then go to YouTube, Calta and Kelly YouTube page. Subscribe. We're going to be getting this all on the RSS feeds. We got to do that like today. When can we get this stuff up on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, everything? When can we do that?
Let's talk about it off camera. We can do it today, but it just takes stuff we got to talk about off show. It's really boring.
Okay, we're gonna get that up today. We're gonna get it done today, and we'll be back tomorrow. What time are we back tomorrow?
We're doing, I believe it said. Let me double check. It
Should be 7.
is 7 o'clock with Paul Verzi.
Beautiful.
All right, tomorrow night, Paul Verzi's on. It's going to be an exciting show. Don't forget that I'll be at Soul Joe's on the 23rd. That's next Saturday night under the cold ass fucking tent of winter. I will be there having a blast. Make sure you check it out. And I will also, motherfucker, I will be there the 30th, my pay-per-view event. Will you please spread the word? If you see it, retweet it, share it, repost it. I'm going to be really pushing that out this week. I got a new video we made that's going up on my social media this weekend. And there you go. That's it. And of course, listen to Mike Calta show in the morning. You can go to The Bone, Bone TV. No, is Bone TV back?
TheBoneOnline.com.
TheBoneOnline.com. That's where I listened to it. I listened to it yesterday morning, today. Sporkle, my fucking, what a thorn in my side that game is.
Tomorrow, the Flat Earth Doctor is going to join us.
That's great. Make sure you check it out because his show is probably the most entertaining morning show you're going to find out there. with his crew, Spanish, Galvin, and of course, Carmen. Hilarious bunch of people. So there you go. And Mush, what do you got?
At Mike V. Suarez and Better Internet Today.
All right. Wi-Fi or Ethernet.
Ethernet.
See you boys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.